Welcome to the channel. My name's Gnome, and this is my Ural sidecar. I've made up a couple names for it. I don't really have an actual name. Some people name their motorcycles. I haven't got a specific one. This is basically I can swap over to two-wheel drive. There's a drive shaft that goes from what they call the pusher tire, which is the back tire on the motorcycle section that I'm sitting on, and there's a drive shaft that goes over to the tire at the sidecar. And when I'm doing some major off-roading, it gives me the assistance I need to get through that terrain, depending on how rough it could be. And it's a whole different animal. My previous bike was a 2017 883 Iron, and this was a learning curve. Yes, I already knew how to ride the motorcycle and everything, but there's no counter steer, as you just noticed. It's basically like you're on a motorcycle, but it's kind of like driving a car type deal. If you're wanting to turn left, you got to hold it left until you get through the turn. If you're wanting to turn right, you got to hold it right until you get through the turn. There's no turning left to go right, no turning right to go left. It's you turn the direction you want to go. Now, also, when you are doing that, you have to be careful, because if you're going just a little bit too fast and you make that right hand turn just a little too hard, you do what they call flying the chair, which is the sidecar tips over, or the bike tips, and you're now only on the two wheels that are the motorcycle. Then it starts acting like a regular motorcycle. Going left, it'll drift if you're going too hot. Same thing for the right. If you're going a little too hot, a little too tight, it'll do that. And with a little bit of practice, you could actually learn how to make it do it with a couple little twitches of the handlebars. I've got down enough to where I know how to get the sidecar up, going around curves and everything, and keep it under control. I don't really, not into the stunt thing. It's a 750cc motor. It kind of like a tractor, a little more. It's more torqueier than it is speed. It's only got 4 speed. It's got a heel toe shifter, kind of like some of the Harleys and stuff like that. But the only difference is you've got to turn your foot just a little different to do the upshifts. It's basically you're shifting with your heel instead of rocking your foot like you would with a regular heel toe shifter. That was my biggest part of the learning curve. I kind of picked up real quick with the way the handling of the bike was. It was turning my foot, kicking, the upshift took a little while. It's got your basic controls, including a park brake. I was fortunate enough, this one's actually got a 2,500 pound winch on it. I've spent more time rewinding the winch than I have actually using the winch because of issues with the winch. The winch is great. It's just, I've had some problems, and that was one of the problems. But I can't really blame it on the company of the winch or the winch itself. It's just something that happened that I wish wouldn't have happened. Yeah, I've got a bicycle horn over there for my 10-year-old daughter. We're located up, well, we live up in the upstate South Carolina area. I'm right there like North Carolina, Georgia border. I've got two ways I can go. Easter weekend, we loaded up and went up to Maggie Valley, North Carolina. I had the 10-year-old in the sidecar with me. We had this thing packed out. I had the trunk full. I had a Saddleman tail bag. That it worked out great with it. I didn't really notice any kind of power gains or anything from, you know, the way I had it loaded. I didn't feel like I was lighting the front end, because you do have to watch how you load one of these, because if you load it more toward the rear than the front, it will give imbalancement to the bike and kind of cause the front end to not seat properly to the road. Then we was up there. Wife had her Can-Am Spider that she was on. That hers come with luggage bags, so each compartment would hold one of the luggage bags. Plus, she's also got the truck for the backrest on hers. We were packed up for a couple day vacation. Well, we got up there Thursday. We left our house about 12:30, 1 o'clock-ish. We got up there around 3:30. We hung around Maggie Valley that day, ate, got us some supplies for the room that we were staying in, because it had a fridge, mini stove. It had a mini kitchen. Very nice place. We've done decided that when we go back again, that'll be where we stay at. Friday, my wife realized, well, sometime between Thursday and Friday, my wife realized that Pigeon Forge wasn't very far from where we are, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. So we loaded up on the bikes Friday morning. And went up the Blue Ridge Parkway from Maggie Valley to Pigeon Forge. Went up there. stayed for a little while. Weather looked like it was going to get bad on us, so we decided to roll back out. And of course, we get down to the rest area at the going back down toward Cherokee. We stop, take potty breaks and take a breather, recalculate what our next plans are considering what happened, and decided that, you know, we'll just make a little circle out of this. And we went on down to Cherokee, walked around down there for a little while. Went back to Maggie Valley, cruised around for a little bit, got us some adult beverages, got the 10-year-olds some children beverages, got us some food, and chowed down. Sat outside, drank me a little bit of my adult beverage, and smoked me a stogie. I don't smoke them very often, but I like to have some just in case, because every once in a while it's not a bad thing to have a stogie. I know different people have different preferences, but anyway. Of course, we did our drinking a little after the 10-year-old went to sleep, and we drink in moderation. We don't get sloppy drunk around our kids. I'm gonna go on down, then I'll go up in there and I'll turn around and come back out. But we had a blast. Let's see. I can't, I think it was, well, when we come back, we had a little bit extra stuff to pack up, but was able to get it packed up with no problems. Ain't that just so pretty? And we got on back to the house, had us a good old time. We wasn't beat down like I was expecting for having to ride through the mountains. We actually even took a little detour. When we got closer to home, just to extend it ride just a little bit, because we were having so much fun, we really wasn't ready to come home. We wanted to stay up in Maggie Valley a little bit longer, but life, you know, every once in a while you just have to stop. You can't have fun all the time. You've got to do stuff. You got the adult. But we had a blast doing that. I'm not disappointed with this bike. I know it's got some downfalls that a lot of people are discouraged with. You know, it could use some more horsepower here, there, possibly an extra gear, whatever. But for what this package deal is and what I paid for it, I'm not disappointed. I can overlook the downfalls. I don't need 5 gears. This thing goes through the mountains, which is mostly a good 80% of our rides is up through the mountains. Oh, we're still recording. So I don't really have a problem having the gears the way they are. They recommend top speed on one of these is 70 miles an hour, 75. There's a dealership in Ohio that's has a great name for themselves because of how they deal with their customers. I've dealt with them, and I'll deal with them some more. They're great people. I'm probably going to butcher the name. The name of the Heindel. I can't remember exactly what all it is. I think it's Heindel Industries, but if you look it up on YouTube, Google, or if you even own a Ural, you'll know when I say the name Heindel who I'm talking about. He's put one on the interstate doing about 80. There's some people that do put these on the interstate. Me and my wife, we prefer taking the backcountry scenic routes. I mean, when we leave from our house, we go up. We're going usually to the mountains. We're not usually going to the coastal for our getaways. Yes, there's usually crowds up in the mountains, but I can deal with that crowd usually more than the crowds down at the beach, because you've got, how can I say this? Some people that, well, you're going to get this anywhere you go. Some people acting like asses. But down at the coast, it seems like, especially Myrtle Beach area, they get really, really stupid. And I don't like being around stupid, especially when my kids are involved. They don't need to see that kind of crap. Yeah, it'd be a great learning experience for them to see people that act stupid like that, but no. Out doing his morning walk. I think it's horrible. Yeah, that's horrible. Right there between the Georgia, South Carolina. Yep. Horrible Lake. It's pretty. Ooh. The seat on this thing is comfy. It took me a little while to get used to, but once I got it broke in, it knows exactly where my cheeks are going to land, and it cups them just so wonderfully. Why I decided to go with this bike, when I had my 2017 883 Harley, I found out about these in, I think, mid to late 2018. The Canadian version of like Revzilla, called Fortnine, Fortnine, did a little review on these with their main guy that does most of the, well, does all of their videos for them, Ryan. And he was talking about these, and you know, it was the 2018 models that he was talking about. So, and they've got different setups. You know, the gear up, which is the one I got, is the one that has the 2-wheel drive. And he was talking about the quirkiness of how these things are, this, that, and the other. And I was like, well, that's neat. I've got kids, and what's the best way to share experience of riding a motorcycle out in areas like this with kids than having we on a bike? Yeah, you can, if you've got a bike that has the setup for a back passenger. Please wait. Thank you. You can bring them along that way. But I know some, you know, some parents feel a little paranoid having their kid back there, whatever. You've got them right there in the safety of a seat. No, it doesn't have seat belts. It is illegal to strap someone to a motorcycle, and this is considered a motorcycle, and henceforth it's illegal. I don't make the laws, I just follow them. But there's a lot of reasoning in why you wouldn't want to be seat belted in one of those, or on a motorcycle, period. We have gear for her. She has to wear a helmet. She's got gloves just in case she gets chilly. She's got gloves just in case she just wants to wear some riding gloves. She's got a couple little dirt bike outfits. She's got 2 helmets to choose from. We've got her a little Sedici modular helmet, so that when we go on our longer trips, she doesn't have to take the helmet completely off. If we take like a little mini stop, all she's got to do is flip up the modular, and she can drink, she can eat. Now that's like when we stop at gas stations, you know, get gas, get a drink, whatever, take a little breather. Now she's also got a dirt bike helmet that she likes to wear every once in a while. That she's got goggles the whole 9. And everybody that rides with us, well, everybody that in our family that rides, it's me, my wife, 17-year-old stepdaughter, and, well, my 17-year-old stepdaughter, but I consider them just as much mine, even though I'm not, you know, I didn't biologically create them. Everybody's got at least, maybe, let's see, I got more helmets than everybody. I went helmet crazy because, I don't know, I've cut back. I seen that I had an addiction and I took control of it. But my wife has 2 helmets. The 2 girls, they've got 2 helmets, except for the ones that they wear when they're riding around on the mini bikes in the yard on our property. And we've all the helmets we use the most, we've got Cardo unit. I just bought like the refresh kit, or the kits where we can go from, I can mount them to different helmets. Basically got the base for holding the main unit, mic, and the speakers. I told my wife that was the second thing after we got all the helmets and everybody got their own gear, picked, you know, to an extent, picked their own gear out. That Cardo units was going to be a thing that we get. can't watch my mirrors at all times, plus pay attention to what's going on, to look for waving arms, flashing lights to let me know that somebody's got to do something. Be it go to the bathroom, gas break, whatever. Want to stop, get something to drink, want to go find a restaurant where we can eat at. With the communicators, that made life a lot easier. I don't have to worry about it. Hey, that was my turn, I think. I was going to take it down some gravel. I might save that for the next video. Shoot, got sidetracked. Oh, communicators. But the communicators was something I was wanting to go with right from the get-go. That way the 10-year-old can, without tapping me on the leg and trying to figure out how to do hand signals for going to the bathroom, or trying to scream at the top of her lungs through her helmet, all she's got to do is go, hey, can we stop somewhere? I'm cold, I'm hungry, I need to go potty. We can all hear it, we can all figure out, alright, what's the game plan? You know, there's a gas station right up here, about a half a mile down the road. If you can hold it that long, that's where we're going to go. Or we'll kind of figure out what everybody wants to eat, what sounds good to eat, and we can go, we can kind of figure out what restaurant we want to go to. And, you know, if it's cold, I can pull over, pull out her, yes, I have a 12-volt heated blanket that she can use. And I've also got 12-volt, like, heated seat cushion, like for what you would put in cars. I've got one of those in there for her too. I've got this thing pretty much set up for, you know, an almost year-round ride. Excuse me. We try to get out when we can, have some family time. You know, granted, we're not all packed in together, but, you know, inside our helmets we are. So, you know, you got your family, yeah, grouped up together in your head. Not a game plan you ever planned on, but it's not too bad. The 17-year-old, she has a part-time job, and she's also involved with extracurricular activities through school, so her riding time isn't like it was when we first got the bikes, which, you know, going from teenager to young adult, you start realizing that you don't have the time that you think you had. It starts getting cut when you start adding to things that you want to do, and you start realizing that adulting ain't as cool as you think it might have wanted to be. Then there's people like me that didn't want to wait until anything and jump out there and get kicked in the nads. Then while you're down, get kicked some more. You learn. You live and you learn. That's the whole point of living. At some point, you know, the parents have to let go and kind of go, alright, you know, I'm here if you need me. I'll be glad to help you pick up the pieces, but I can't hold your hand through this. Wow, I went way off topic. Anyway. what I'm on right now is somewhat some of what my riding is involved in. Little backcountry roads, going through little small towns, going, huh, this is neat. We might have to come through here again next time and check out that restaurant. 46-year-old hipster voice coming out. Check out that coffee shop. This is what we do. This is what I do. This is how I enjoy my free time. Because of certain things, I have extra free time than I'd like to admit. Then, you know, I do what I can and get by with what I can. I wished I could do more, and I wished I could help out more, but I do what I can because of injuries I sustained and, you know, issues that it has caused me. But it's all good. Everything works out. We survive. We get by. We don't go hungry. And we don't freeze to death. Uh-oh, tree work ahead. This could or could not be a good thing. Ooh, I smell the trees. Hey, 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 hey. Thank you. And this is South Carolina roads for you, man. I think I'm gonna cut it off here. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed riding along with me. And if you ride, or hey, even if you don't, but you want to ride, go for it. Have fun. Enjoy life. Get out, try new things. You might find something new that you like. You might not like it, but hey, you tried. And now you know you don't like it. But again, thanks for joining in. Hope you enjoyed the video. And we'll see you next time.